Okay, I think it's recording. I don't have long, for I fear the beast may have discovered me. If anyone uncovers this tape, tell my Patreon members that I said I'm going to miss the Tim Tams the most.
The VIP series makes its grand return today, and you are in for an absolute treat. My name is Mike, this is Flashing Badger Painting. I don't know who that guy is, but I'm sure it'll become relevant soon enough. And today we are going to have a whole bunch of fun as we create a centerpiece model of a giant beast riding a much larger beast. But that's all to come, so let's cue the intro and get started.
Hello fellow adventurers and pupils. I've been discovering the greatest reaches of Gur amidst the thundering and bellowing of creatures most foul. It is here that I have discovered terrifying war clans of green-skinned warriors. But it is not they which instill this unholy fear in me, for you see, they have these great beasts under their control, too large for me to capture and return with. So instead, my idea is that I'm going to try and recreate them in, let's say, a 28mm scale model version. That's a very specific scale ratio, I'll give you that. The creature's skeletal structure was most curious. Each component fit together with a precision that suggested an alarming degree of deliberate engineering.
If you haven't seen one of the videos in this series yet, the whole idea is very simple. In our Discord, we have friendly painting programs, and at the end of the month, we spin the wheel, and one of the participants chosen at random gets to win a whole bunch of prizes, including the fact that they can name a model, and I will purchase it, paint it, and post it across the world to them. Because I'm just that kind of an amazing guy. Epic Art 40K won, and he has selected this model. So now I make a silly little video about me painting it, and along the way you will also get to check out the models that the other participants completed during the month, because around here we love to share the spotlight.
This incredible dragon nightmare looking thing stood about the size of a luxury studio apartment and must have been harder to tame than my 1986 Datsun 180B, and I first saw it looming in the shadow of a mighty volcano. Its hide was dark and leathery, perfect for blending into the ash-coated volcanic landscapes, and wait, I guess now that I think about it, it had a dark maroon look to the scales. There's a good chance that this would have been the limited reflection from the magma catching portions of the fearsome silhouette, and wait, okay, no, it's definitely coming to me now. Yes, there must have been a little bit of red on the scales. You'd think I'd remember the slight glimmering of vibrant reds? Yes, it's also clear to me now. I remember, clear as day, the vibrant red scales of this mighty beast calling out to me like nature's beacon, telling me to steer clear of this mighty predator, as is similar the case with the pattern and coloring of the venomous giraffe.
I've started with an airbrush today because this can offer me a nice smooth gradient quickly on the scales and the wings, but this isn't a must-have. If I was wanting to get these colours down without an airbrush today, I would wet blend the scales from black on the outside to the orangey reds in the middle. And we know that speed paints work wonders on textured areas like scales and fur. So also consider a white prime or a zenithal prime of white over black and give that a go for a great look as well. But airbrush away now, and with the time I saved by using one, I want to reinvest it into making these scales pop. I want a striking contrast from dark foreboding colours down in the recesses all the way up to eye-catching orange edges on the scales in the middle. Yes, it takes a long time, but that's where we settle in and just enjoy our hobby opportunity. Now I've painted the recessed lines on one side of the model here, and then I'll spin him around so that you can see the difference from the opposite side, which is looking a lot more flat and bland. The edge highlighting I really enjoyed, likely because this is where we get to add our brightest colours, and in painting I don't think you need to constantly try and colour match, but I appreciate that some people would like the exact same look, so that's why I include each paint up here in the corner. Today I'm painting with the Army Painter War Paint Fanatics for info. Because I have that gradient in the scales all the way from black towards a reddy orange, well that's why I need different colours in my highlights. So I have orange and red and all the way up to maroon. I have a few more steps on the scales and wings before I get into more of the creature's features, but first check out some more of these awesome painted models. This video is made possible by the fine team over at Proxywargaming. They are my first port of call when it comes to 3D printing, but they specialise in their incredible library of miniatures that you can purchase and they'll print for you, and then you can proxy into your favourite tabletop games.
I knew that if I was going to be able to note down worthy information or even bring back specimens of this orc species, I was going to have to erect some kind of hunter's blind and observe them for several days. So with limited rations, again, probably just several packets of Tim Tams, I paid very close attention to the greenskins. If you can name it, I saw it. Warbosses with mighty weapons, chariots, and slightly lower to the earth steeds for conveyance, tiny goblin creatures playing with rockets, orcs getting a little too close to the cauldron and cackling, and you need to believe me, but I'm pretty sure at one point I saw a bunch of orcs riding a giant crab. What? No, I won't paint that just to better explain what I saw for you. Fool me once. Epic Art 40k, as the winner of this month's challenge, Proxywargaming have already printed a whole bunch of highly detailed, amazing orc models for you that I'm going to bundle up into the package and send your way shortly. For everyone else, treat yourself to browsing their incredible library of minis. And it's not just orcs, there is a wide range of fantasy and far future sci-fi models. I just thought it appropriate that I should probably showcase the orcs today because it's an orc video. And I'm just business savvy like that. Welcome back to the action, and the highlights that I was performing with the red scales are being repeated on the black scales with a medium looking grey and then followed by a lighter grey shortly after. I use a thin brush to make my life easier, and if the thought of painting each of these scales individually like this is hurting your brain, take a run at dry brushing them instead. A light blue-grey for the wings, and this jump in colour to the bright edges looks a little cartoony, but I enjoy this look on models because when we place this on our shelf or down on a table as we play our tabletop games, this will help the model stand out. We have to keep this moving or we will be here all day, but here's how he is looking so far. I distinctly recall the beast was adorned with these bone-coloured spikes.
Those bony spike things are boring to watch get painted. Base, shadow, highlight, highlight, bam, that's how it looks. This is more interesting. Talk about the scars on his face.
It must have taken a being most brave to lay one on the jaw of this behemoth. I overheard the greenskins refer to these beasts as Maw-Krushas, and quite frankly, the name checks out. My nickname in college was Less Crusher, but I can't for the life of me think why that would have been. Honestly, I don't remember the beast sporting jewelry, but at this point, honestly, if you told me that it did, I wouldn't stand to argue with you. And those eyes, cold and white like death itself. Yes, neon green, like the lights I had under my 1998 Honda Civic. That's what I meant to say. Unforgettable.
Ropes, straps, and metals are getting a simple but neat treatment of a base, wash, and highlights. There's already so much going on with the big fella that I don't need every part of him competing for attention. Speaking of attention, let's put some on these amazing Discord members.
The creature riding the Maw-Krusha was tiny in comparison, dwarfed by no, not that small. It was a little more imposing, as big as a man. In fact, it towered over a man. I'm just saying this dragon thing was also very big. The Orc is a warboss for Pete's sake, it's huge, okay? Orc warbosses rely on being the biggest, the meanest, and the most imposing to even gaze upon. So I tell you what was so unique and inspiring of this War Clan warboss was that he was willing to be sporting this bright pink armor. Now I've never seen nor heard of such a thing. The unbridled confidence of this orc to don the neon salmon and break tradition of the sacred yellow armor that we have come to expect in their clans. Oh, hold up. Yes, it's coming to me now. I may have consumed a bad flamingo ribeye steak that evening. It was of course golden yellow armor befitting a mighty warboss.
If you've not seen yellow painted this way before, how cool is it? Jesse, who is better known as Errant Role Model, paints his Imperial Fist Space Marines in this scheme, and he is a superstar because he was kind enough to come around and share his recipe with me so that I could reveal it to you today. The key points to take away were a white prime, a pink that was applied into the shadow areas of the armor panels, and then that yellow going on over the top was a semi-transparent contrast paint. And what that means for us is that it will tint the white and the pink, but not completely cover them. So our white turns light yellow and our pink turns a golden orange. Inspired by the great man John Blanche, here is what Jesse painted for this month's program, plus a few more from our other members. Orc skin! So many different ways to approach it, and I have a recent video up on the channel where I explore a handful of ways of painting orcs, if you're looking for more options before you commit brush to model. Here though, I want a classic method in order to fit with the almost cartoony way that we've been painting so far. So with the base coat down, I've been adding in recessed shadow lines in all of the muscle, and once dry, I add a drop of thinner, and this makes our paint weaker and watery. So now I can glaze this into the shadow areas, and similar to the contrast paint earlier, this is tinting those areas a little darker.
I've been here so long that I'm beginning to wonder if I'm losing my grip on reality. But Mr. Scullington here reassures me that everything is fine.
Bright greens going onto the skin now to create those highlights, and if you're looking for a one-off model that you can practice your base coating shadows and highlights, then use an orc model. Those great big exaggerated muscles give you plenty of room to test out the techniques. Models like Stormcast Eternals in Fantasy or Space Marines in 40k are quite straightforward to paint in terms of they have armor and then maybe a sword or a holster, and that's about it. Orcs will generally be wearing tattered clothes, ornate decorations like scrap metal and bones, and they have a habit of picking up and forging whatever weapons they can. So whilst I work my way through some of these sections with similar painting techniques, how about I tell you about something else instead? Something like the Discord itself. Discord is an application for your phone or PC, and it's effectively a platform for private chat rooms and pretty hangout areas. Ours is free to join, and we have the better part of 500 mini painting hobbyists in there, all with varied experience and skills. It's a lovely welcoming atmosphere and we show off the models that we are working on, we encourage one another, and as I mentioned, every month at least we have some kind of painting program going on. We have a Secret Santa painting program going at the moment where we're covertly painting models for one another, and come December, I'm thinking we go big again this year, and maybe the prize, instead of a model painted by me, can be an entire combat patrol. Now that I've said that out loud in the video, I probably have to commit to that promise. Uh-oh. Anyway, if that sounds like the kind of place that you'd like to hang out and share the hobby with some new friends, then drop in, introduce yourself, and meet myself and the crew.
Now truly the most incredible part of my expedition, beyond merely observing the Orc war clans, was instead the rich and diverse environment that they call home. Cascading mighty waterfalls, erupting volcanoes of magma and lava. There was dense, thick forests of mighty carnivorous plants, teeming with all kinds of beasts. And beyond that, I can think of mighty marble columns adorned with runes handcrafted, telling stories of civilizations long forgotten and... Oh, I'm sorry, what's the... Yes, I guess there's also patches of boring wasteland, flat, uneventful, void of shape, like more of just really sand and cat litter in appearance. Very basic, come to think of it, but yes, there were areas like that.
The model is massive, and not only do I not need it to be sharing the spotlight with a detailed base, but I'm also one dude working like a madman to bring you a video every second week. So every now and then, I need to keep things moving. Tell me below in the comments, if I had all the time in the world, describe for me what base would suit this model. Is it cracked earth and volcanic? Is it a rainforest with vines caught on the bones and horns? Give it to me in a thematic picture of words and paint me a scene. These incredible people are the channel Patreon members.
These fantastic channel Patreon members are the only reason that I was able to escape from this wild expedition and return to share the stories with you today. See, I was required to systematically feed them one by one to the Maw-Krusha to distract it to enable my escape. Some said that perhaps only 1 or 2 sacrifices would suffice, yet here we are. So, for as little as $1 a month, I would love for you to come and fill their void. And any funds from their demise could go towards funding my next expedition. Is there a beast that you have in mind that you would like me to go and observe and then recreate for you with some storytelling and painting? It had better not be the giraffe. Too dangerous.
Enough of that, let's check out the completed warboss on Maw-Krusha.
And there it stands. Gordrakk, the Fist of Gork? Perhaps, but certainly a warboss of a mighty clan. Proof that nature, if left unchecked, is both beautiful and terrifying. I shall never forget this day I saw him, nor the paint I spilled trying to capture his likeness for you.
Thank you all so much for joining me on a different style of adventure today, and stick around a little longer and you can see the remainder of the Discord participants' painted models. I've been Mike, you've been absolutely amazing, and if I don't see you in the Discord, then I might see you back here in 2 weeks' time for our next video. Next video? I wonder what it could be.
Legend speaks of a man who saved the world with just a stroke of a brush. You may know him by name. He's the badger with a magical touch. Flashing badger, alright.
Flashing badger.